Hey yo, it's Bryan here. Today, gonna be talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, gonna be predicting the game against the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. So, yeah, let's get this video started. Gonna be a little bit different because, gonna be talking about the Chiefs game just for a little bit. The biggest news, I think all you know, is that Garoppolo will be out for the rest of the season. And I hate to say these three words because of an ACL injury. That means he is not going to be with us for the rest of the season. Pretty much everything I said in the offseason is going to be thrown in the trash, in the dumpster fire, because man, we had so much faith in him. He had a pretty good game against the Chiefs, actually. He did a really good job of moving the ball down the field in the second half. He was struggling a little bit early on, but he was passing the ball to everyone like Kendrick Bourne, Marquise Goodwin, Kyle Juszczyk had some nice plays there. And to get injured the way he did, it was pretty rough to see, I would say. And, you know, people will try to fault him for trying to get those extra yards in a third and goal situation. I think it was really close, you know, another yard or two. But I don't know if I can blame him completely. He wants to win the game, and they had a chance to win the game. Had, you know, the 49ers not had a chance to win the game, I don't think he'd be doing that kind of stuff right there, trying to get the extra yards and falling awkwardly. You know, it happens. It's football. It sucks, but what can you do, right? So, Garoppolo, best wishes to you for 2019. Hope you heal up completely and get ready for next season. So that means Beathard will be the starting quarterback for the 49ers. Last year, it was a mixed review. He was a rookie, but at the same time, he made some mistakes. But the offensive line was really bad, and he took a big pounding. I think last year, he took about 19 sacks in 7 appearances. He got sacked pretty good for the most part last season. You know, he's a tough guy. Hopefully, with a better team, I would say offensively, the offensive line is ranked top 10 in terms of offensive lines. The receiving core's better. Matt Breida is not too bad, although he's questionable for this game against the Chargers. I don't know if he's going to be playing, but we'll see then. Yeah, hopefully Beathard can keep the ship going and lead us to some wins because, you know, I know he struggled last year, but he had a full offseason to learn everything, and he probably didn't know he was going to have to play very early on in week 4 since Garoppolo's out. Best of luck to him. Hopefully he can do well for this team and make the improvements that he did from last year. Lots to take away from the Chiefs game. That was the biggest takeaway, Garoppolo being out for the rest of the season. And I don't know, we'll just have to see when Beathard hits the field this Sunday to see how this season will pan out with him as the quarterback. Anyways, going to get to the predictions right now. Predictions. Who am I going to go with? I don't know. Most of you guys are probably going to see the Chargers, and I'll get to that in a second. The Chargers, they're actually a pretty good team, I would say. They have 1-2, but they faced really good teams. They faced the Chiefs week 1, but then they beat up on the lowly Buffalo Bills against Nathan Peterman, and then sadly Josh Allen had to get in the game and get beat up as well. Although he had a really good game against the Vikings the next week, and surprisingly beat the Vikings of all teams the following week, which was freaking awesome to see. But yeah, they beat the Bills. They just lost to the LA Rams, which is not a surprise at all because the Rams are a freaking beast, and we do have to play them, unfortunately. And it's going to be a lot harder now with Garoppolo being out for the rest of the season. That Sunday night matchup, I don't know if it's going to be as good or not, but we got to see how Beathard and the team does. So, whatever. This is going to be a tough team. You know, the Chargers, they're always an injured team for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with them. Them and the Ravens, they always have so many players on IR. It's unfortunate. They're the unlucky team in the NFL. I don't think a lot of people talk about them. We always talk about the Browns or the Jets or something like that, but nobody ever talks about the Chargers for whatever reason, because last year they started off really slow, but then ended up becoming really hot near the end of the season, and then they had a very crucial loss against the Chiefs last year and ended up missing the playoffs by just a little bit in Anthony Lynn's first season. They're a pretty good team in my opinion. It does suck to have Joey Bosa out for a couple of games. He would not be playing this game against the 49ers, so that's a big beneficial help for Beathard and the very good offense when it can be a good offense. Hopefully that helps, but we'll see. Who am I going to go with for this game? Tough one. Well, not really the toughest decision now since Garoppolo's not there. So if I had to go with a team, I'd probably go with the LA Chargers, unfortunately. You know, if Garoppolo was playing, I'd probably pick the 49ers to win this game. The way he was playing against the Chiefs last week, against that terrible Chiefs defense, still, I mean, that's a really good up performance than he did against the Vikings, and he had an alright performance against the Lions. I think he could have beat this team, especially with Bosa being out. That really changes their team defensively, but they're still an alright team, I guess you can say. Offensively for the Chargers, I think they're better than the 49ers defense. Wow, Richard Sherman. I mean, there's a lot to cover for this video, but Richard Sherman is out for a couple of weeks, and him being out, oh my gosh, who is going to be the starting other cornerback in place of Richard Sherman? Is it going to be Jimmy Ward? Oh man, please, I'd rather have no one than Jimmy Ward. Yeah, seriously. Gosh, This is going to be a very tough day for the 49ers defense, especially against Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon in that offense. Yeah, a couple of reasons right there. That's my biggest one, is the Chargers offense versus the 49ers defense. It's kind of like the game against the Chiefs, although the 49ers defense did a little bit better job in the second half, but I mean, having Richard Sherman out doesn't really help at all. CJ Beathard, I don't know, it's very questionable to see what he can do. I hope he can perform really well. I hope he can surprise a lot of people, because a lot of people don't have a lot of expectations for him. You know, I try to have a little bit more expectations just based on the fact that he played in 2017, got a chance to learn how NFL play works, and then having a full offseason to learn the offense even more under Kyle Shanahan. Hopefully it turns out well against the Chargers, but unfortunately I see the Chargers winning this game, and probably easily, just because of the fact that our defense sucks. That's the biggest reason why I have the Chargers maybe blowing out the 49ers in this game. Call me a pessimist. I was right against the Chiefs, although they almost made a nice comeback until the Garoppolo injury. I'm picking the Chargers. Final score for me, I would probably pick Los Angeles 28, San Francisco 17. I think 28-17 is a legit prediction. Unfortunately, I do not want to pick this kind of pick. I want the 49ers to win every time, but with the circumstances that they've been dealt with ever since week 3, it's hard to pick the 49ers to win this game. And if they do an upset, then I would be surprised and I'll be really happy. But right now, I'm a pessimist, and I'm picking the Chargers to win this game. That's pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what your predictions are for this game against the Chargers. Are they going to win? Are they going to pull an upset? Or are the Chargers going to blow them out? Close game, please. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. And if you guys like this, please like and subscribe to support my channel. That would definitely help me out a lot. I should have a video out for the 3 things you should be looking forward to for this game. I will still definitely do that before the game and what have you. So be on the lookout for that. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all.